Unfortunately, conventional economists believe this myth that the Central Bank of England is trying to get rid of, that money is not an IOU. They believe it's effectively some sort of commodity. And what they then argue, the conventional economists, is that a government should not run a deficit. A government should always be running a surpluses or at least a balanced budget. The reality is it's like a bank that every year lends less money or takes more money out of circulation than it puts into circulation, because fundamentally the way the government acts with respect to the physical economy is a bit like a bank. If you have a growth in the level of the economy, you actually need more money to support that growth, and the commercial banks provide it. The government can as well by running a deficit, but by obsessing about this vision of money as a commodity and not money as a promise, they ignore the banks are one of two forms that can create money. The government's the other. And often by the government constraining its own spending, it leads to people going and borrowing money from the private banks, and encourages the private banks to lend far too much money. And every major crisis we've had, it hasn't been the government creating money towards the crisis, it's been the commercial banks doing it and funding Ponzi schemes. We're always going to have private banks wanting to lend more money than the system actually needs, for the simple reason that the more debt they create, the more profit they can make.